You passed the great Wilt Chamberlain for number 3 all-time in terms of field goals made. I know you're a basketball historian. That has to mean something to you.
No, absolutely, Reg. I mean, anytime I'm in the category or in the name or in the likes of some of the greats that have ever played this game, it's just very humbling. Reading the history of the game, because I love the game so much, and I wanted to see who was paving the way for young guys like me growing up. So to hear me link with the great Wilt Chamberlain, it's an unbelievable feat for myself.
What comes to mind when you think of Wilt and passing him, but more so just Wilt as a player?
A lot of things. One of the most dominant forces we ever had in our game, along with Shaq. One of the greatest Lakers to ever play the game, 100-point score. One of the greatest scorers, rebounders ever. Played this game. Multi-sport dimension, type of athlete. Somebody people's never seen him like that in that era. So just dominant in all walks of life, not only just basketball, but just sport.
What is it like when you keep hearing yourself compared to Wilt Chamberlain?
First of all, we can't compare that. He's on another level, But just being in that same streak and those same records, setting those same records, or the first person that has done it since Wilt. It's like we're getting to something, But that's what you work hard for. That's what you play for. Obviously, you play, to win championships and all that great stuff. But it's pretty cool, when it's all said and done, and you're retired and well off. You're in that category.
Career triple-double number 78 for you tonight. You tie Wilt Chamberlain for 6th overall. I know you're not one to talk about personal records, but to hear your name etched alongside his, what does that mean to you?
I mean, it's something that I never think about, and I never dream of it. It's always nice, and it's always nice to be compared with the greatest best basketball players who ever played this game. So it's nice.
Hey, you just passed Wilt Chamberlain for the most triple-double at the center. How does it make you feel?
It's nice. It's just be compared with a guy who probably one of the best ever. So it's some kind of legacy probably that I leave behind. So it's nice.
So you tied Wilt Chamberlain's record. Now you are alone in making NBA history. 7 straight 35-point games on 50% or better shooting. What can you process that? What's your reaction to that?
I mean, just to be in the record books, along with staples in this basketball history, is speechless.
You also tied Jordan and Harden to the 4, which is third most behind Kobe 6 and Wilt 32. Kobe's with him.
Well, he ain't catching Wilt. That's out. That's out.
Wilt Chamberlain, you see now all the records that guys are breaking now. Wilt Chamberlain is always the first name on the list, so it's like it's kind of humming behind the scenes a lot, but dominated the game for a long time.
If you could dunk on anybody, past or present, who would you like to dunk on? Tell him you gonna catch your balls. You want to catch your balls. You gotta catch your balls.
Man, I would say if I had to pick, because I get asked that on every people. If I had to pick, I would say Wilt Chamberlain. If I had that one on my resume, that's a big one.
Can you hear you're the first guy to do something since Wilt Chamberlain?
I always hear Wilt Chamberlain, so he's always there. So I don't know. I mean, it's great,
You're going to pass Wilt Chamberlain in Warriors points scored. Just kind of incredible. Like, when you think about that you were the one to break such a big Wilt Chamberlain record, how would you describe that?
Oh, that's surreal, to be honest. I mean, I don't know how many years he played here, but he's got a lot of buckets. Obviously, and his legend remains across the whole league. It's a wild just thought in general. Obviously got a lot more to do, but that is a pretty significant milestone that I'll, God willing, when it happens, I'll appreciate that moment.
You guys are obviously pretty different players, but what is it like to be in a category with him?
I'm glad the three-point line wasn't around for him. Because who not wouldn't have had no time to break it. He would have figured that out probably too. So I'm glad I played in this era. Let's put it that way.
You continue to break individual records. Tonight, you became the all-time field goal maker in Warriors franchise history, passing Wilt Chamberlain. Can you tell us what that means to you?
It means I'm getting old.
You gotta keep playing to keep breaking these records, Steph.
100%. No, that's special. I think everybody who breaks a Wilt record, feels a certain type of way because there's certain ones that nobody's gonna touch. But definitely, blessed to again have 14 years representing Dub Nation. Putting up a lot of shots. Thankfully, a lot of them have gone in. That's pretty cool though. So definitely wanted to celebrate.
And Steph going for 38-12 and passing Wilt Chamberlain in most franchise field goals made. That's what a legendary accomplishment. I mean, Wilt Chamberlain's one of the greatest athletes to ever walk this earth. So the fact that Steph was able to do that and a foot shorter than him, it's special.
MJ is the best player ever. You think so? I didn't get to watch him, but when I look at numbers and all that, Wilt, I don't know why he don't everybody's always saying that he played against short people, but looking at his videos and stuff, he was so freaking athletic. He would have been able to play any area, jump over anybody. But I don't know, he comes down to championships too. And then if he comes down to championships, Bill must have got to be the GOAT.
Can we talk about MJ?
He's not the GOAT. To me, you got Wilt Chamberlain. He has all the records, and I don't think that they're ever going to be beaten. I don't see anybody getting 100 points in the game. But that's it. He's the GOAT.
I think they had no way to compare what I was doing. It was so far out of the realm of believability that they had no way to compare. Wilt Chamberlain was the Goliath of his time. He was too big for the game of his time. He had too many tools and too much arrogance for his time. And that would be what I would think of Wilt Chamberlain.